Is also women that we know from WWE. Oh,
Sorry.
hello everyone, and welcome to Ring Royalty. Here today we have a very special guest. She's a YouTuber herself. Alex Ann, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty nervous. It's the first time I have a YouTuber as a guest.
Happy to be here. So thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited and nervous, but I think it's going to go fine. So
Okay, so today we're going to talk about our top 5 heel wrestlers. You have your top 5, I have my top 5, and we're going to, comment on the history of these women and how bitchy they were when they were heels. I think we both, I'm not sure if I'm assuming, but I would say we both prefer heels over faces.
yeah, agree. To me, babyface were boring. Like they're cute, they're nice, but they don't have much personality except maybe a few here and there. They're not any baby faces that stand out that much to me.
What I never like about faces is the fact that they usually have the faces just reply or react to what the heel is doing. Like they never take the first step, which I find ridiculous because the fact that you're a good guy or a good girl in this case doesn't mean that you cannot be tough or you cannot have a desire to fight someone. Would you want to start?
Yeah, so my number 5 is Gail Kim during her TNA run when she came back. I think it's 2012. I think she was a dominant heel. She was champion, knockout champion with Madison too. She was a natural heel, I think.
I remember, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think Gail Kim had the 2 titles at the same time, like the tag team title and the knockouts title.
Yeah, the original 2 belts.
Yeah, the original 2 belts, that's true. Nobody talks about that anymore.
Nope.
Okay, that's a nice pick. So my pick number 5 is also women that we know from WWE. Oh,
Sorry.
But I'm choosing her TNA run, and I'm talking about Maria Kanellis Bennett. So I think Maria during the WWE period, she was basically like a dumb girl, and then she moved to TNA, and you saw a different side of her. I mean, she was a very good heel. She could promos. I remember she became the VP of the Knockouts in a ladder match, and she was giving everyone a really hard time in the division. It was very nice. She also formed, I don't remember the name of the team, I think it was the Girl Squad, when she had Ali and Sienna as their tag team partners, and she also had her husband, so it was very interesting to see how vicious and conniving Maria could be.
Yeah, it was the only, I hate Maria usually, but it was the only time that I even, if I can say, care about her.
Yeah, maybe it's because she was trying to get like sneaky ways to win, and that keep you like interested in the match probably.
Yeah, she had a character, while as a face in WWE, she was just, to me, boring.
And sadly, when she came back to WWE and she was a heel, I think they missed the opportunity. She didn't do much, it was not relevant, and then she just tried to, humiliate her husband for some weird reason that we never understood.
And then she got pregnant, so we're never going to know what they were going to do with her. So my number 4, sorry, my cat's bothering me. Melina Love. I think she was a better heel to me than a face. She was more believable, maybe. With the beautiful people, and even when the winter, people forgot about that, but she was a dominant heel. She was a really good wrestler to me, one of the best TNA ever had.
I agree completely.
Good on the mic, annoying voice, but very good on the mic. Come on, she was annoying,
a little
her
bit.
voice, but she was good. She was a really great wrestler, so she could back up what she was saying.
I remember that Angelina Love had like 3 periods of heel in TNA. First she was with the beautiful people, then she was with Winter, and then she returned like in 2017 or something with her husband. She showed different types of her character in each of these runs, and all of them were interesting, so she could be a natural heel, like you said. My number 4 has to be Melina. And I'm choosing Melina just because I remember when I was watching WWE, like on my first years watching, I think it was 2005, Melina just debuted with Eminem. They were all about Hollywood and the red carpets, but Melina was so annoying. Like, as a manager, she was so annoying. She screamed, she tried to climb on their opponent's back, she threw some shoes. She was like creative, but she was so annoying, you literally hated her. Any point in time that you remember Melina being a heel?
Was her feud with Mickie James, I think. After, I think she broke up with Eminem, because that's true, she was so annoying, screaming all the time. As a heel, I think that's what her best work was to me.
Character-wise?
Yeah.
I agree. So I think it was a good introduction, because even if you hated her, you at least acknowledged who Melina was. You remember her as the annoying girl, so it did his job.
So my number 3 is Alita. With a run with Edge, to me was her favorite heel work.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the slut part of the. I know it was the character, but I hated that. But she was so dominant, so good on the mic, good kick ass. She was vicious too, a little.
The thing I did not like about that run was the fact that we didn't get enough in-ring action from her.
Yeah.
She was more of a manager.
I agree, but she was doing a good job as a heel manager.
Yeah, that's completely true. What I liked the most was when she was still partners or lovers or whatever with Edge, but she started to get in the ring more and she defeated Mickie James for the women's title. I think when she was like reintroduced into the division, it was so much more interesting because Trish just left, so they needed Lita for the star power.
Yeah, that was her feud with Mickie was so good. They're both so great in the ring. So
what I didn't like was her retirement match.
The last part, the selling her stuff, that was not a big fan of slut shaming. So
yeah, it was so out of context.
Lita deserved better to go out. That's true.
All right, I'm going with my number 3. I'm going with my number 3, and we were talking about characters. I don't think this girl is the greatest in-ring performer, but I do think she's a great character, especially as a heel. And I'm talking about Alexa Bliss. I believe Alexa Bliss, I mean, she's decent in the ring. A lot of women in the roster could wrestle way better. However, I think in the mic, it's very difficult to top Alexa. She has a natural ability to, be shady, to, mock their opponents. I think she was very good at that. I remember her feud, it was with Mickie James again, when they were mocking her age. I think Alexa delivered pretty good in that rivalry. So when she was body shaming Nia Jax, and even Sasha, when she told Sasha she have never defended a women's title, she was very, very good and very bitchy. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like Alexa, but again, I don't like anybody. So, but I agree. To me, yeah, she was better as a heel. I agree. She's not the best in the ring. On the mic, to me right now, along with Sasha, I think she's at the top of the women's division.
Yeah, Alexa, since they introduced her into the tag team division, has been lost in the shuffle. You don't really see much from her anymore, which is a shame because she's a really good talker. So let her talk.
Yeah, no, I don't like what they're doing with their tag team division, but that's a discussion for another day. So.
Yeah, I mean, they are not doing a good job, but that's for another day.
Number 2, someone I just talked about, Sasha Banks. I'm not gonna say her current heel run. I think she's being Bayley's shadow, so she doesn't have her chance to shine as much as she did back in NXT. To me, I know a lot of people will disagree, but she's one of the best in the ring. She's a really great talker, maybe the best. Again, a lot of people would disagree with me. when she returned with her blue hair and stuff, they could have done so much more before they throw her with Bailey.
Don't even
She
mention
could have been dominant. She should, in my opinion, have beaten Becky at Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, for the women's title. Yeah,
Yeah, so she could be the top heel in WWE if they gave her the chance to.
she could have been at Charlotte's level by now if they let her defeat Becky in that Hell in a Cell match, which I consider is one of the best women's matches I've seen, like, ever.
Yeah.
What I can say from Sasha Banks, yeah, when she just returned, she had a lot of potential, but my favorite run as a heel for her would always be her NXT run. I mean,
Yeah.
she was amazing. I remember when she made like that Bailey fan cry, taking her bow and mocking her. That was so heel. Like, a lot of people wouldn't dare to do that type of stuff.
They don't have heels like that right now. Yeah, I think her rivalry with Bailey to me in NXT was one of the best of the past few years. Let's hope there's gonna be a 2.0 of that.
Another missed opportunity with Sasha, now that we're talking about her, because I do love Sasha Banks. I think it was at WrestleMania 32 when they introduced the Women's Championship. That was the moment Charlotte should have dropped the belt and Sasha should have become champion.
We're not gonna talk about Charlotte.
Alright, let's continue. Let's forget about that.
Yeah.
We move now to my number 2, and I'm keeping it old school, and I'm going with Trish Stratus. And I think everybody remembers how lovely and how huge Trish Stratus was as a babyface, but not a lot of people give her credit for her heel work. She was a great heel. She turned heel at WrestleMania, which is huge, when she betrayed Chris Jericho and started to make out with Christian, who was supposed to be the former best friend of Chris Jericho. And from then, she just became a real bitch.
Agree. Was it that time with Lita when she lost the baby?
Yeah,
She
she was mocking Lita non-stop, and the baby shower that she did, it was way too much. Like, she was so good at it. Like, she didn't even look like she was trying hard. She was just standing there saying everything that she felt inside, and it was so good. Like, I cannot even describe it anymore.
Would you agree with me that she's one of the few that is as good as a heel as she is as a babyface?
Yeah, I would agree with that, because usually we have like strong names in the women's, revolution or evolution, but most of them have stayed in one lane. And I think Trish was good, like, going different directions all the time, because she started basically as a model, as you could say Lana, and then she started to transform, and she became like Candice Michelle, and then she evolved to like a Charlotte Flair, or, well, not Charlotte Flair, like a good wrestler. And then she became a heel, and she was the best heel, like, from that time. The best, or my favorite segment, at least is my opinion, from heel Trish has to be when Christy Hemme was showing her Playboy cover, and Trish came out with a graffiti can, and then she just started to cover all of Christy's face, and then she chick kicked Christy and she broke her shoe. And then a slut on the back of Christy. I mean, that was so mean, and I loved it.
Yeah, that was good with Christy Hemme. I mean, Christy's not the greatest wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will agree with that, but that was good.
I mean, yeah, Christy took the opportunity, because I mentioned that in another video that I'm going to leave over here, that it was in Cancel's storylines, that Christy was never supposed to face Trish Stratus at WrestleMania. It was supposed to be Lita, but she got injured. I think Christy did a decent job to be like a last-minute resource.
Yeah, with the limited wrestling skill she has too.
Before we reach our top picks, do we have any honorable mentions? Any runner-ups?
Gosh, there's so many I could go with, but I'm gonna go with Madison Rayne, another annoying one. And the fact that she's so annoying, I think it adds to her character as a heel.
I have as a runner-up a pack of 3 ladies. I haven't considered any of them in my list, just because all of them were more like crazy chicks than heels. And I'm talking about Victoria, her psycho gimmick. Mickie James, and AJ Lee. Those three were very good, but they were more like on the crazy side than the heel side.
I mean, I think a lot of people that know me will be surprised it's not Marie's at number 1. So I'm going with Michelle McCool. I think she, again, was a better heel, natural heel than a babyface. I mean, that's what we mostly remember her for.
Do you like her Lay Cool run or her singles run as a heel or both?
Lay Cool was more mic talk, heel mic talk if you want, with Mickie James and all. And when she turned heel against Eve Maria, and that time she was more vicious.
Yeah.
Again, she's a bit annoying on the mic too, her voice, but she was a great talker. Not the best, but to me she was good.
I mean, Lay Cool is basically my all-time favorite tag team ever. So I do think Lay Cool helped to showcase what Michelle could do. But I agree that her single run as a heel was way more aggressive.
Yeah, well, like it was more funny heel stuff. And they were mocking people, trying to be funny with the Smelly Kelly thing and the Mickie James, Piggy James stuff.
What do you think about Michelle McCool's retirement in that Loser Leaves WWE match?
I like the loser leave thing. I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad about is that karma coming out of nowhere. I know they were trying to build her, but like, why? But it was a great match. Both her and Layla, they're great in the ring. So
to finish, I'm going to go with my number 1, and this is the queen of heels, at least for me, because at some point in your life, if you're a wrestling fan, you should have hated her. And I'm talking about Stephanie McMahon. She was just the mean queen. Her run as heel, the one I'm choosing from, is her run with the Authority in 2013-14, when she actually got that big match with Brie Bella at SummerSlam. I think that was the peak of Stephanie's career. She was a heel and she was trying to destroy the careers of a lot of beloved superstars like Daniel Bryan. They were trying to destroy the Rose family, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, the Bellas. That was what solidified her as a bitch.
Yeah, I agree with you. She's one of the best heel. I remember her with the Authority too. She was a bitch. I mean, there's nothing else to describe her. She was a bitch. And with her Triple H run, it was good. But I feel she was more in a shadow, maybe. While at the Authority, she was more at the top.
Yeah, she was like the mouthpiece. Like, she was the one to rile up the crowd, like to make them boo. They teased a lot of matches with her that never happened after the Brie Bella match, I think. Because they had like a small stare-down with AJ Lee. And then years later, she had like another stare-down with Sasha Banks. And I feel like Stephanie could have done more in the ring. Not because she was a great wrestler, but I think she was enough character to keep people invested in the match, even if the quality of the match isn't like the greatest.
Her character is stronger than her wrestling skills, so yeah, that could make great matches, not maybe wrestling-wise, but story-wise, I think. She was one of the best storyteller.
I mean, you cannot say everything she has is just because she's Vince's daughter, because she has done a lot for the division throughout the years.
She kind of stepped out, if you want, a little out of the shadow compared to some other people that we're not going to talk about. Charlotte.
All right.
So, yeah, I think she's one of the best.
All right, so this was our top 5 of heels. Of course, we're only talking about women. Tell us, where can they find you?
Well, I have my YouTube channel. I'm guessing you're gonna put the link in the description.
Over here, yeah, I'm gonna put it here, yes.
My YouTube channel, my Twitter too. That's pretty much it.
We need the followers.
We need them.
One more time, my name's Alexis. You already know me. I'm going to leave my Instagram over here because why not? And this was Ring Royalty. Anything you want to say to finish?
I want to thank you for having me. That was super fun. I hope there's going to be more in the future. Who knows?
If you want her back on the show, it would be lovely to see in the comments as well. I'm going to be checking.
Thank you to your viewers for watching. Can't wait to hear what they have to say about what we had to say. So, yeah, and what they think is the greatest heel, maybe, for them.
That could be a great question. So tell me in the comments, who do you think is the greatest women's heel? Also, thank you very much for being here, because you are literally my first guest that actually has knowledge about wrestling. So it's so refreshing.
I'm honored to be here. Really, thank you.
And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.